Orale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. Now we got Backlash coming up. Oh, yes, Backlash. Out in France, homie. That's right. Out in France. So to me, I'm out here in California in the Wild Wild West Coast, homie. So out here is gonna start at 10 a.m. So I'm not gonna be able to watch it live. I go to church on Saturdays at 10 a.m. exactly. There's a lot going on, man. You got Backlash. You got the Kentucky Derby. You got Canelo versus Munguia. Son of a bastard. It is a jam-packed Saturday, Holmes. But I will be watching it, that's for sure. Now, Backlash has not gotten a lot of hype. There's really nothing behind it that's really that exciting. I don't hear anybody excited for it. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not too excited for it either. Now, I did drop a video talking about that John Cena and the Queen, Charlotte Flair, are gonna make a return at Backlash. We shall see. Now, let me go ahead and give my predictions on these matches, okay? I want to make it clear. I am doing this video before SmackDown airs. So unless they go ahead and they make a match on Friday Night SmackDown, this is the card. And really, I'm assuming they're gonna go ahead and make a match, maybe even two at SmackDown. The only reason why I say that is because there's only 5 matches as it stands right now, pre SmackDown, of course, that is. So just keep that in mind. I am doing this video pre SmackDown, before SmackDown airs. So they might add another match or two. But the way it stands right now, let's go ahead and let's get into my predictions for this year's WWE Backlash. I'm kind of glad that they dropped the WrestleMania off of it. They started calling it WrestleMania Backlash, and no, I just wasn't digging it. And not only that, but son of a gun, dog, this pay-per-view is really, really falling on deaf ears, man. I don't hear anybody caring about it. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and let's get into it. So you got Randy Orton and Kevin Owens teaming up, going up against the Bloodline or the New Bloodline or whatever you want to call it. It's Solo Sikoa against Tama Tonga. Um, if you're gonna build this bloodline with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, you gotta have them win. You gotta have them win. I'm not really sure how you have Randy Orton and Kevin Owens win. If they do win, oh well, so be it. But if you're gonna start building this bloodline, especially having Tama Tonga in there, somebody that nobody's really that familiar with, you gotta have them win. So I'm gonna go Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga in a pretty decent match, I guess. I don't really care too much about it, but I think they'll put on a somewhat okay, decent match. I mean, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens are always pretty damn good. All right, moving on. You got the Kabuki Warriors. Oh, yes, Asuka and Kairi Sane, tag team women's champion, right? Going up against Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Now, this one I am a little interested in, and I'll tell you guys why. Because they're really trying to pump up Jade Cargill, right? The problem is she's pretty green. So unless you're going to keep on having her in squash matches, I think the best way to do it is kind of have her in a tag team. You protect her image, right? The fact that she can't really wrestle that well yet, if she ever gets there. So the women's tag team champions, Asuka and Kairi Zhang. And by the way, there's been rumor that Asuka is not 100%, that she's been injured for a minute or two. It's kind of ran a little bit dry. I don't really care anymore that Asuka and Kairi Sane are women's tag team champions. I think Bianca and Jade can bring a little bit more life to the tag team championship. So I would like them to actually win this match and become women's tag team champions. And there hasn't really been a women's tag team that has been like dominant, right? Like the Natural Disasters, like Brother of Destructions, like the Acolytes, like Powers of Pain, like Legion of Doom. And I think Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill can be that women's tag team. I think they can be so dominant where they're just, tearing everybody apart. And if they're that dominant, right? They're the big, strong females and they're tag team champions and nobody can touch them. It kind of goes with Jade Cargill, right? If she's pretty green and she's just gonna be having squash matches, you can have her go a little bit longer, but at the same time, have them just overpower everybody. And then later on, this can lead up, later on this year where they turn on one another, and then you have Jade Cargill beefing with Bianca Belair, and that could lead to a major matchup at next year's WrestleMania. So I do like them winning this match and becoming tag team women's champions, and basically going out there and becoming like the new natural disaster for the females, man. So I'm gonna go with them, and I think that's the right move to make, especially if the rumors are true that Asuka is not 100%. Next we got Bailey versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. The only reason why I like this match is because I'm becoming a huge Tiffany Stratton fan. She is the next big thing. Do I think she's winning this match? No, I don't. Bailey just won the championship at WrestleMania, so they're not gonna have her drop the title. I think Naomi is the one that gets pinned here, not Tiffany Stratton, because Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy time is building momentum. And I've said it earlier, I must say it again. I believe she will be champion this year. Look, we're in the month of May. Okay, we're getting close to halfway through the year. I do believe she does become champion this year. And I do believe it's going to be a major showdown between her and the Queen Charlotte Flair, possibly next year at WrestleMania, because that is a match to make, man. Old Lion versus Young Lion, Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair next year, WrestleMania. I think that is a damn good match. And I do believe Tiffany Stratton becomes champion later on sometime this year, just not here at Backlash. So I do see Bailey coming out with the title, or remaining champion, I should say. Fast forward to Damian Priest. Oh, yes, Senor Money in the Bank cashed in successfully, who is now champion, going up against main event Jey Uso. Look, maybe this is why Backlash is just getting brushed off by everybody, because I don't think anybody believes that Jey Uso is really going to be champion after this match. And I'm right there with you. How are you really going to take the championship off of Damian Priest, who just got it by cashing in, and giving it to Jey Uso? Now, do I think if Jey Uso continues with his solo career, do I think he becomes champion at some point? Yeah, I do. I don't think it happens here at Backlash. And I think that's probably the problem with this pay-per-view, is that nobody's really believing that there's going to be these major titles that are going to be changing hands. So no, I don't think Jey Uso becomes champion. I think Damian Priest remains champion, and I do think there is some outside interference, whether it's uh, uh, from Judgment Day interference helping Damian Priest out. That could be one way to go. But if I had to roll the dice and bet, I would think that the bloodline, somebody from the bloodline, is going to interfere and cost Jey Uso the match. Either way, Damian Priest, in my book, walks out world heavyweight champion. All right. Going to the next match and final match, by the way. Like I said, I'm recording this before SmackDown. So they might add another match, maybe another 2 matches. I don't know. But as it stands right now, there are only 5 matches. And the next match is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles for the Universal Championship. Now, again, just like I said in the previous match, I don't see this title changing hands. Cody Rhodes just finished his story. That's what I think is missing at this pay-per-view. Are you really going to take the strap off of Damian Priest? Are you really going to take the strap off of Bailey? Are you really going to take the strap off of Cody Rhodes? All 3 of them just won the titles at WrestleMania, which made for a good WrestleMania. Don't get me wrong, but that's the problem that you have now going into Backlash. Are those titles really going to change hands? No, they're not. So that's why I am putting my money that the women's tag team championships, the Kabuki Warriors, are going to lose the straps to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. But let's go ahead and get to the main event with Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. Look, this match is a damn good match with a horrible storyline. Now, maybe I shouldn't say horrible, but a storyline that just kind of fell on deaf ears. The storyline is not that great. I do kind of like that AJ Styles says, I beat Dusty Rhodes. Now I'm going to beat Cody Rhodes, right? That kind of pumps it up a little bit, but I don't hear anybody really showing interest in this match, let alone this pay per view. But do I think this is going to be a good match? Yes, absolutely. I think this is going to be the best match. When you talk about in-ring performance, you got two of the greatest of all time to ever lace up the boots. When I'm talking about in-ring performers, and they're going to go at it. And do I think it's going to be a great match? Absolutely. It's just the fact that it's lacking storyline. That's the problem with this. Yes, it's going to be a great match. Both of these guys know how to give great matches, but nobody's that interested in this storyline. And I don't think anybody truly believes that AJ Styles is going to come out with the title. Now, I'll be real. If they really want to shock the world, honestly, if they truly want to shock the world, you talk about having AJ Styles become champion. Like, holy smokes, homie. Serio, dog. It's like, what the flying F, right? But that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So that's why I believe Backlash is just kind of flying under the radar. Nobody really cares too much about it because none of these titles are going to change hands when you're talking about the major titles. The tag team title, make that one, have that one change hands. And well, at least there's a little bit spark there to it. Let's see where John Cena fits in all of this. He's rumored to be there. Now he is there in France. Let's see where he fits in all of this. Let's see where Charlotte Flair fits in all of this. I mean, when Bayley wins the title, I'm sorry, when she wins the title, she's already champion. But when Bayley wins the match, which I believe she's going to win the match, do you have Charlotte Flair come out? I mean, there's something there, right? But let's see where John Cena, let's see where Charlotte Flair, let's see where they end up in all of this. But I'm telling you guys right now, man, there's little to no excitement for this pay-per-view in Backlash. And let's see what happens at SmackDown as well. Let's see if they go ahead and they add another match or two to try to try to push some excitement because right now there's nothing there. So just to wrap it all up, I think Solo Sikoa and Tamatanga come up victorious over Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I think the Kabuki Warriors drop the Tag Team Women's Championship to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair, who I believe later on will have a feud as they break up the tag team. I think Bayley remains champion over Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. I think Damian Priest remains champion over Jey Uso, and I think Cody Rhodes remains champion over AJ Styles. Hey, Holmes, you guys let me know. Are you guys that interested in this pay-per-view? Do you guys think one of these championships is really going to drop? Do you think Bayley or Damian Priest or Cody Rhodes comes out of this losing the title? Because I don't. I truly don't. But that's my that is my predictions to Backlash. I will be watching it. I just will not be watching it live. Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shots to all the junkies. Catch you guys on the next one.